I have a question to ask, which when I ask people this, they kind of laugh because they think I'm kidding or they think I'm trying to make some kind of a joke. But I'm dead serious. What does a president have to do before he is immediately removed against his will? Forget the 25th Amendment. Forget if he were to come out and urinate on himself, micturate, become incontinent, become encopretic, wear depends outside of his pants, if he molests people, exposes himself, if he becomes violent. Is there anything, this is a serious question, I know people are going to laugh because of the subject matter, but is there anything that he can do that would immediately have him removed instanter? Anything. Is there anything that he can do that would have him removed immediately? Rephrased, what does he have to do to be removed instanter and against his will? What must he do? He has molested people, in essence, hurt. I mean, by virtue of just his untoward behavior. He's grabbed children, smelled their hair, put himself in the position in front of women where he's, I think, violated their space, molested their sense of well-being and the like, interrupted others, grabbed, said inappropriate things, Tara Reid in his past. What does this man? Because David Axelrod and others are saying for the first time, "Hey, I think maybe he's gonna. I think maybe he might. This might pose a problem." What they're telling you is that he's gone. And the fact that they're doing this in unison means it's already been approved. He's gone. He's through. He's done. He's finished. Do you understand what I'm saying? What does he do? And when Gavin Newsom is the next president, you are going to say, well, at least I'm not embarrassed by what he looks like. At least I'm not embarrassed by what he's. It's like certain people don't know what they look like Jeff Bezos and that thing he's going to marry. They don't know what happens to them. They don't realize it. Like Kimberly Guilfoyle's got that I don't know what this is. What is this? What do they do to themselves? What is this? They don't see it. But they don't see themselves because they're so deluded by this quest for sexiness or something. But in his particular case, he doesn't know anything because he's not there. This is a guy who, when he was at his prime recently, was talking about corn pop. He was giving us every hint. What does he have to do before he is moved? Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be talking about that and other issues as well. As I thank you for being a part of this. Thank you for being a part of our attempt at not news, but news collation. But first, my dear friends, I ask you to subscribe to the channel, hit that little bell so you're notified of live streams and the like. But most importantly, right now, during these perilous times, listen very carefully to this. Dark clouds are gathering as markets shudder. Stocks are sinking, currency stumbling, fear and uncertainty reign. The Middle East, Ukraine, Taiwan, the debt, it's endless. Yet one asset stands firm, gold. In crisis after crisis, gold is there in the background. Its enduring value guards against loss, like a missile shield against incoming. While paper wealth burns, gold persists. Shield your savings against looming threats, war, recession, contagion, and avoid the frenzied panic of the unprepared. Take control in the chaos. Fortune favors decisive action. Get hold of gold now before it's out of reach. And right now, Noble Gold Investments offers a free 5-ounce America the Beautiful coin with every new IRA. Claim your free coin today to secure your financial future. As this new storm gathers, panic looms. And some of the places you were thinking of for your money, well, they don't look so clever anymore. Secure your future against disaster now. Open a Noble Gold Investments IRA and claim your free bullion coin today. Go to LionelNationGold.com. That's LionelNationGold.com. LionelNationGold.com, the only gold company I trust. And remember, there's always a risk of investment and there's no guarantee of any kind. Indeed, my friends, indeed. Indeed. Let me see. Thank you also to Born to Raise Hogs. Born to Raise Hogs. What does this man have to do? And I'm telling you, it may sound like I'm, it's like, oh, that's kind of funny. No. No. I mean, normally, we do have the 25th Amendment. We do have this. We do have this idea. If a sitting president were to become, let's say, incapacitated or unable and somehow to perform his or her duties due to mental or physical reasons, the procedures are outlined in the 25th Amendment. And it would be as follows. The relevant sections of the 25th Amendment address the temporary transfer of power to the vice president when the president is unable to discharge the powers and duties of the president. So it works like this under Section 3. If the president informs the Congress in writing that he's unable to discharge the powers, which is not happening here, that's one thing. The provision allows for a temporary transfer of power, and the president can resume his duties when he declares himself okay. Normally done in, surgeries and things like this. If the vice president and a majority of the president's cabinet or another body designated by law believe that the president is unable to discharge the powers and duties of the office, they can transmit a written declaration to the president pro tem of the Senate and the Speaker of the House. The current president pro tem, interesting enough, Patty Murray. Patty Murray. Did you know that? The most senior senator in the majority is Patty Murray, the first senator to hold the position she was sworn into. Patty Murray. Did you know that? Patty Murray. I bet you didn't know that. I know you didn't know this because I didn't know that. And if I didn't know it, you sure as hell didn't know it. I'm just kidding because I'm a kidder. Okay? So to recap, if the vice president and the majority of the cabinet or some other body designated by law believe that the president is non-compos mentis, they can transmit a written declaration to the president pro tem, and the vice president immediately assumes the powers. That's all it does. It sends a written declaration. That's it. And then the vice president immediately assumes the powers and the duties of the office as acting president. If the president contests the declaration, Congress decides the issue. A 2/3 majority in both the House and the Senate is required to continue transfer of power. Isn't that something? Now, it's going to be moot for the most part. We're not going to be doing this. But my question is, what will it take? And when Gavin Newsom is picked, because you know and I know, they sure as though, they're not going to let Trump near the White House. No. They did that one time. But they know they've got you so bamboozled and so scared that you're not going to say anything. They can do it. They could set precincts on fire. I mean, they could. I mean, come on, please. They could. Hey, over here, look. Hey, Dinesh D'Souza, look at this. I got your 2,000 mules and raining. Look at this. These are Trump votes. I'm pouring gasoline on them. And you wouldn't do anything because you can't. Because you'd be called an election denier. So that's that. Next Today they found a picture of the White House cocaine. Whose was it? Did you see it just sitting there? Oh, come on. You've got, it's a perfect fingerprints, plastic, lights. Oh, stop it. Nobody cares whose it is. Nobody knows. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. Let me ask you this question. This is the best question of them all because, as you know, in a year, in less than a year, it's going to be the election, and Gavin Newsom is going to be the president because they're not going to let Trump win, and whatever votes there are there, Bobby Kennedy is going to basically pull them with his anti-vax, as they say, and this pro-Israel stuff because he is basically established himself as such. But here's the question: are you listening? Okay. The question is how few, let me see if I can say this. How few votes, no, let me rephrase it. That's not correct. How few states do you need to win to get 270 votes? 270 electoral votes. How many do you need? How many? How many do you need? Let me put it to you this way. Let's assume that you're running for office and you're going to win these number of states, these critical states. That's just the number, but the critical states. By one vote. One vote. And in the balance of the states, you don't get one. So your opponent will get the plurality. Will get this number of states plus. Ramona says, I am a proud election denier. There you go, Ramona. You say it, girl. What is the number? What is the number? 5? Nope. Nope. What's the number? What's the number? Come on. What's the number? Anybody ever look at this? This is my favorite. What is it? To achieve the minimum number of states necessary to secure 270 electoral votes, the candidate would need to win states with the highest electoral votes per state. And the scenarios could be, for example, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is 171. Well, five states will give you 171. You got to get 270, so that's not enough. California, Texas, Florida. I believe it's 11. California, Texas, Florida, New York, Pennsylvania, Illinois, Ohio, Georgia, North Carolina, Michigan. Total votes 256. That's not enough either. I heard it is 11. It is 11 states. So just think about this, okay? 11 states, okay? 11 states. Now just think about it. Think about what that means. This kills people. Let's assume, and this is the most important thing, let's assume that you had to 270 reaches very. Well, anyway, this is why I think it's so interesting. This is why it's so critical. Imagine, let's say it's 11. And they're different because I've always read 11 and the critical ones, but that would mean, let's just assume arguing there was 11. That means that 39 states. A candidate could get nothing. 39 states he gets nothing. 39. 39 states. Not one vote. Not one. And in the other, let's say 11, 15, 10, whatever. I always heard it was 11. But anyway, he wins by one vote. Do you like that? You like that? Who likes that? Who digs this? Huh? Who? Who likes that? Does this make sense to you? 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 I ask you the question, does this make sense? Is this something that even makes remote sense to you? What kind of a country do we live in? And let me tell you something right now, my friends. I know this. I know you don't want to hear this. But if I had to bet, if I was a betting man, I would put all my money on Gavin Newsom, as I have told you for I don't even know how long. He comes out. He's slick. He's got tailored clothes. He's got the blonde wife. He's got the kids. He looks normal. He can speak English. He doesn't drool. He doesn't walk around. He could recite that leftist drivel. He could do all of this horrible stuff, this leftist tripe. He can do all this. And this is what's so critical. The left will love him. They will say, they whatever he says. And and whatever Trump does, Trump will come out and do, he will win the nomination. He will win the nomination. And he will come out and he will basically give you a recap of 2016 all over again. And he'll win the nomination. But he's not going to get the majority of the people in this country because they don't want to hear basically his rallies. Now, people I know who love him because they love his speak and they love his speech, but that's not going to do it. We are so screwed. You understand this? Do you expect me to sit here and tell you, oh, everything's great, everything's funny? No, it's not funny. It's horrible. How did this even come to pass? Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, help us. And Bobby Kennedy, who basically signed his political leftist death warrant with his connection with Israel. And let me explain something to you. And I know people are going to say, you're against Israel. I'm not against sides. I don't live in Israel. May I really tell you something now? I mean, as a human being, there have been, when women were being raped with bayonets and pieces of wood, and they were just rendered just incontinent and sterile and fistulas, and in the Congo, the DRC. I talked about that. I remember people said, would you stop this? You know why? Because I don't know. Nobody cared about that. Rwanda, who's whatever, go see a movie. Okay. Let me ask you a question. What do you care about Israel? What do you care about Gaza? I'm serious. I'm not trying to be cute. What does it mean to you? If Israel goes in and just flattens Gaza, that means people die, right? As they have in war, as they did. What difference does it make? I sound like Hillary Clinton. Do you think people care about that? Do you think all of a sudden, am I supposed to explain, excuse me, you care about death all of a sudden? Death? What are you kidding me? You care about this? Well, they're neo-Nazis. Go to Ukraine, damn it. We've got the Azov battalion, the right sector. Go to Donbass, go to Donetsk. It's right there. What are you talking about? We live in this schizophrenic world. What am I supposed? And I'm not trying to be cute about this, but I got to ask you because nobody wants to talk about the elections. Nobody wants. What difference does it make? We are talking about a piece of real estate. What am I supposed to get worked up about? No. I mean, I'm asking you rhetorically. Our country is falling straight to shit. It's beyond, granted, there's no death or whatever. What are we talking about? Fix it. UN, fix it. Middle Eastern countries, fix it. Don't turn to me. We're not sending ships over there. We're not going to get into a pissing match with Hezbollah. We're not going to have somebody have World War III start because we're going to send the Dwight Eisenhower and the Gerald Ford. Why exactly? Why are we doing this? And I'm so tired of all of these lectures from people. Oh my God. They had, who was it? Michael, what's his name? What's that guy? Michael, the Fahrenheit 911. This guy, Chris Hodges, was talking about it. It's very, very good. Mearsheimer, very, very good. Durant, very, very good. Everybody's saying the same. So I know, Yom Kippur, the green line. I know. What? I don't want to hear one more history about, in 1940, the Balfour. Would you stop it? I've got an election in my country less than a year. What are we talking about? This is mental masturbation, this onanism. What do we do? Spinning our wheels? What do you want to do about it? What are you going to do? Well, the UN created it. They won't even listen to the UN. It's such bullshit. Bibi Netanyahu says, "Well, I'm not gonna have a ceasefire. I have a pause." What? I have a pause. You'll have a pause, but I'm not a ceasefire. Well, isn't that a pause? No, not really. What? What are you talking about? I don't get it. And let me also tell you something for the umpteenth time, and maybe you can help me with it. The next time somebody gets up wearing I don't know what the name of it is, the Palestinian shawl, the Arafat colors or whatever it was. But the next time that happens, the next time that whatever. And she says something ever from the river to the sea, and she says something, do me a favor, do this. Anything else, honey? Yeah, okay. All right, let's move along. Did you hear what she said? I sure did. Was it terrible? Awful. Anything else? Anything else? Move it along. Move it along. Anything else? Move it along. That's it. What am I supposed to do? What do you want to do? What do you mean do? Kill her? Give her the death penalty? What? She said something. She said this. She's in our country. She's at the University of Pennsylvania. It's terrible. Oh, you care about anti-Semitism? What about Ukraine? Well, that's different. It's not different. Those are real neo-Nazis. Real. The Azov Battalion, Stefan Bandera, for the love of God, they've got the signal. What is the matter with you? I don't know what you're talking about. All I know is that broad can't let her talk. So what? We're the country of free speech. What are we going to do? See what Israel's doing? If they you're on TikTok, they want to arrest you because of what? You're inciting. They're not inciting. We're losing our minds. Enough with Ukraine. Enough with this. What do you want? We'll help. This isn't our fight. We're done. They're done with us. You think anybody wants to deal with Joe Biden and us? Why? Do you know what I heard today? Do you watch First Post? It's the best. Palki Sharma, the best. You know what Hamas did? These are some cold-blooded mud. Do you know what they did? You're not going to believe this. But before I tell you, you've got to first listen to a word from our sponsor. All right, fellow patriot, let's talk about My Patriot Supply, the country's largest preparedness company. And it is more than equipped to stock your shelves in times of emergency. You can ditch the canned vegetables in the box, pasta and the banana chips and the jerky. Their best-selling 3-month food kit provides delicious breakfasts, lunches, and dinners that last up to 25 years. Now, these meals offer over 2,000 calories every day with a balance of protein and carbs to keep you fed and ready to go in the event of an emergency. Just add water and heat, then eat. Start or strengthen your food supply with this 3-month food kit from My Patriot Supply. So go to preparewithlionel.com to get ready. Preparewithlionel.com. I'm going to say it again. Preparewithlionel.com. Go now. Do what I say. Are you feeling disgusted yet? Let me tell you what Hamas did. Okay. For about 2 years, they decided to not only fool Israel, but I mean really pull the wool over their eyes. Man, oh man. Like you can't believe. So they not only did they plan it by 2 years, building basically a kind of a mini or a scaled city, they actually, this is the best part. They were giving them information supposedly about, uh, Palestinian, was it not jihadists? Oh God, you know what I'm talking about. Anyway, these other groups, kind of like saying, "Hey, listen, don't say we didn't give you anything, right? We want to work with you, but don't tell them that. Okay, Hamas, that's great, and Israel's feeling good, and Israel's making great. This close for making a deal with MBS and everybody else is fantastic. It's the greatest thing in the world." And Hamas is saying, we're cool, right? Oh, we're cool. Great. You know what? We got to work through this. Okay. Bought time. Everything's fine. Bibi's not paying attention. He's working. He's got his court problem with his Supreme Court, his own re-election, his own image, this, blah, 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 blah. All this stuff is going on. And then boom. The not a double cross, but cold blooded. And that is what Israel would have done in the days of the Haggadah, when they were just starting off, when they were, outsmarted everybody. They beat Egypt, Syria, Jordan. They were the best. And now look who it is. You don't think that stings? You don't think that changes? It changes everything. Everything. Someone writes, "We do not want Newsom to California this nation." Well, get ready. It's going to happen. Uh-huh. And the country will say, and look what happened last time. Look what happened during the MAGA, the red wave. There's no red wave. Come on. People don't understand it. People often misunderstand this. It isn't the USA or China or whatever. It's one collaboration, also known as the New World Order. You think China is a part of the New World Order? You think BRICS want anything to do with the New World Order? You think the EU and NATO and France, they're dealing with, you think China wants to be part of the New World Order? China, Russia, after what's going on? Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa, the Emirates, Iran. Sorry there, Sparky. That's old Alex Jones yammering. In a good way. Oh, no. It's not the New World Order. That's a Western concept. They don't want to be a part of the New World Order. It's a different story. Yeah, China's a major part of it. They're designing the surveillance software for facial recognition. They already know how it's implemented and know your stuff. And it's not being given to what? They are not wanting to be a part of it. Yeah, of course they're doing this. Now, I also think sometimes we use different threats to perhaps assuage others. But do me a favor. Do not think, well, I figured that one out. It's the New World Order. It doesn't matter if we're screwed. Yeah, but I want you to know I knew it the whole time. It was the New World Order. As they closed the prison doors on us, as we're in some labor camp, you're going to say, yeah, but I figured it out. It's not about figuring out the New World Order. We've got an election coming up. And the election, do you know what would happen if Trump would win? It'd be the greatest thing ever if he could fight back. So don't think that just because you've come up with, I figured this one out. Oh, no, you listen to me. I know what I'm talking about. Nobody cares about this, Alex. Nobody cares about it. Doesn't matter. It's great. No, it's Five Eyes. Don't you understand? This is part of the. No, this is not. This is what Carol Quigley says: tragedy and hope. This is a Bentham-esque Malthus. Stop it. We all want to impress each other, don't we? I want you to know something. It's DARPA. Yeah, I know about DARPA too. I know all these things. I know. I know New World Order. I know the Great Reset. I know all about Klaus Schwab, and I can do all this. I can do everything from Bretton Woods. I can talk about everything. Jekyll Island. Oh, I read that book. I know about that. I know about the Fed. I know about central banks. I know about the Bank of International Settlements and the Basel Switch. I know all this stuff. I know everything. I know about that. I know about the secret societies, everything from Oh, come on. Skull and Bones, that's for kids play. I know Chattermouth Rules. I go way back. I'm even into the Mount Pelerin Society. Oh, yeah. Oh, I'm dark. I'm dark and I'm deep. I know all about this stuff. So don't you worry. When I'm in the prison camp with you, I'll be able to regale you with stories about everything that I know. Why? Because I'm smart. Because I'm a conspiracist. And damn it, half of what we do is just to go and tell people, don't forget the liberty. I knew that too. See, whenever they bring up Israel, I bring up the liberty. Right? Let people know I know what I'm talking about. As they close the doors behind us, as they put a padlock on the fence, I'm going to be able to regale you with all of my incredible insight. I know this. I know all this stuff. Oh, yeah. Oh, absolutely. You probably didn't know I knew that, did you? Nope. I knew all about this. I knew about semiotics. I know about the symbology. I could talk about the Jesuits, and I could talk about, secret societies, the Masons. I'll go back to that. Yeah. Okay, now that we got this out of the way, and you feel good about yourself, that's great. Let's talk about this. We're getting screwed big time. Big time, my friends. You understand what's happening? Think about that. And this president, they are laughing. He's going back to the White House. He says, "Did you see what I did? Yeah. Can you believe that? Did you see what I did with the wreath? Yeah. Joe, you're something. Sicilian flu, baby. This way, if they come at me and they're going to come after me, I think, or are going to try something, maybe with me and my brother and everybody else. This way, I'll do the old Sicilian flu things and maybe try to keep him off Hunter, because if Hunter talks, let me tell you something. The day Hunter starts talking, Hunter better not buy the green bananas. Don't think these folks are not. Well, I'll leave it at that. Okay, you got it? Everybody got it? You got it? It's no secret corporations decide elections and pick in the White House. Corporations? Come on, man. Don't you love this? Yeah, I got to understand something here. I know what's going on here. See, corporations do this. You got your big, your Exxon, your Microsoft. Maybe that. They pick all this stuff. Are you going to vote? Maybe. I'm just going to sit back in my parking lounger and just tell you stuff. That's what I do. I just tell you stuff. I tell you that it's no. It's true. It's part of the, it's a prophecy. Oh, yeah. I know this. I read all this stuff. I know all about that. I know about, the symbology and the whole bit. Okay. In the meantime, we are. So tell me, Israel, where does that end? Well, see, that's the Balfour. Yeah, we know about the Balfour. Well, what happens there? Well, see, in 1948, we know about that. What happens? What's the long run? I'm not very good at the future, but I can tell you about the past. We don't care about the past. This isn't a history lesson. We're talking about what's going on now. What's the best move? What's the best way to handle this? Well, I don't really know. I don't know. I talk a lot of shit. I'm basically bullshit. But it's okay. My family, they listen to me because I got them all bamboozled. I sit at the table and I say, I talk about stuff like this. I don't know. That's World War III, my friends. That's the flashpoint. That is bigger than anything. I can't believe it. October the 7th, it all changed. In Gaza. And most people are saying, what the hell did Gaza have to do? What did World War I have to do with it? What did the Archduke Ferdinand? What does that have to do with us? What the hell was that about? That was a war to end all wars. That was the worst of the worst with trench warfare and gas over what? Huh? I'm going too fast for you. I realize that. It's tough. It's tough, my friends. Well, listen, you have a great day. Thank you for this. Ramona, thank you so much. Born to raise hogs, thank you as well. Oh, we're in a world shite, my friends. I'm sorry. I don't know how to tell you any other way. It's really true. It's really true. There's Ramona. Ramona says, you seem a bit stressed today, LOL. You and Mrs. L should take a couple of days off. You're completely right, but we need to discuss what we can do about all of it. Well, the first thing we have to do is to understand that the election, Ramona, and you're right, is coming up. The election. What are we going to do? And the first thing that Trump would be doing, or the Republican Party, or Ronna McDaniel, is to say we're going to have legions of lawyers ready to go. We know how they do it. You can watch a Dinesh D'Souza tape. We know. Ready to go. How are they going to secure the election? Nobody's saying anything. Nobody. We're going to get drawn into World War III because of Israel and Hamas. Why? What does that have to do with us? What? I'm serious. It's terrible. It's awful. I'm not saying it's not. What do we have to do with that? What are they going to end up doing with Russia? You think Russia's forgotten about that? By the way, those sanctions sure worked, didn't they? Huh? That's terrific. What happens next when all of a sudden Gavin Newsom goes up? Gavin is going to sit across from Xi Jinping. Do you see what they're doing in San Francisco? They're cleaning up that shithole because he's coming in. They're getting rid of all the. Think about this. Where are these people going? They're just saying, get the hell out of here, and they're power washing the whatever to get rid of them, and they know that, and people know the preparation. This election's coming up, and nothing's being done. That's what we do, Ramona. That's the very first thing, to secure this thing, and nobody's talking about it. And the first thing that we have to do here is we can say, listen, number one, talk all you want about Israel. Please lose the anti-Semitic stuff. That's terrible. But if you do say something, it's not against the law. It's wrong. It's not against the law. And when you hear somebody say something stupid, turn your back and leave. If they're not doing anything violent, if they're not really inciting violence, so what? This has nothing to do. This is not our thing. We're falling apart here. I'm worried about this country. I'm worried about America. I'm tired of this. And it's gotten so circular and boring. That's what I want to say. That's what I want to say. Okay? Stressed? No. No. Not at all. This is the most exciting stuff I've ever felt ever. But it's not. No. No. So anyway, Ramona, God bless you. You are something special. You know that? And I'm not just saying that. I appreciate that. Okay? All right, kids. You have a great night. Thank you so much for your time and effort. Thank you for your love. Thank you for your attention. But remember, all you need is somebody to say, we're ready to go, my friends. We have, there she is again. Ramona says the economy is imploding, so they need a war to create money. Well, yeah, but you see, this war ain't the kind of war. Because wars are good if you're sending the money to beat some lowly, Vietnamese, Grenada, that kind of stuff. You want to go to war with Iran? Do you? I mean, do you? I mean, this is one thing. Vietnam had no chance of doing anything to us. So you could throw in all the Huey helicopters and the Bell coming, the munitions and whatever. But Iran, Hezbollah, you don't think they can do something? Hezbollah's got about 150,000, 200,000 just rockets ready to go. I mean, ready to go. And we're already knocking stuff out of Houthi stuff. Don't forget the the various militias. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. It's unbelievable, my friends. Unbelievable. Okay? So just wait. Just wait. This is something. And by the way, I'm not trying to think of something cute to say. I want something to be done now because we are losing this thing. Left, right, and the right pay no attention whatsoever. You have a great day. Thank you, dear friends. You are terrific. Have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful time. And until we meet each other again, which will be tomorrow at 8 a.m., I thank you. And I remind you, my friends, of these final words, this valedictory. The monkey's dead. The show's over. Sue ya. Da, da.